a model penitentiary, sir, of which we in Philadelphia are very proud. Works on the principle of solitary confinement.
How long are the prisoners confined here?
In this wing, sir, they are mostly long-term and lifeless.
They must be very desperate men.
Or great scoundrels, sir. Here's one, a judge convicted of forging state warrants.
Does he receive any visitors?
Not here, nor is he likely to.
At his age, it's doubtful he'll trouble the outside world again.
May I see him?
He may be difficult, sir, so with your permission. Someone to see you, Judge. Mind what you say.
I hope I do not disturb you, sir.
Not in the least, Prince.
You know who I am.
Well, we've been polishing that corridor for days. I trust it's to your satisfaction.
It's a very fine corridor.
They tell me that in a few short weeks that you have won back nearly all the states that your great-granddaddy lost. I can see why.
It is I who have been conquered by your country's generosity. May I speak with you a while?
Oh, why not, Prince? Sit down. Plenty of time. After all, I'll be here for 20 years.
It is my wish that this small tree, planted near the grave of the first great American, shall grow and flourish as a symbol of the friendship between our two nations.
Then I pray, sir, that it shall never wither.
It is up to us to make sure that it does not, Mr. President.
May I have this, please?
Why, certainly, Miss Lane.
Just as it is.
We still have Washington's house to see, though I fancy my niece looks forward more to dancing on the boat on the way home.
On the boat?
It was a little surprise. But perhaps you're tired of dancing.
On the contrary. Though sometimes I feel as though I'm dancing my way across America.
Society has never seen the like before. And you know why, General? All the ladies are in love with the prince.
Lord Renfrew, if you please, sir.
Oh, come now, General. Our people won't be put off with a mere lord. Not when they know they got the Prince of Wales. Your Royal Highness.
Well, sir, are you tired out?
By no means.
I'm glad to hear it. There'd be a near riot if you left now.
Surely you don't intend to keep us here all night?
I have positively no objection. Only, do you think just once I could pick a partner of my own?
You must ask our host.
I'm sorry, sir. There are so many important ladies.
Of course.
As it is, the ladies who haven't danced with you won't be speaking to those who have, and vice versa. We want to keep the split in society from growing too wide. Ah, Your Royal Highness. May I present Mrs. Amelia Schuler?
I believe I've been promised this dance, Your Royal Highness.
Delighted, madam.
Another fortnight of this, General, and they'll all turn royalist.
Then you don't think we are too backward?
On the contrary, it's a fine city and a wonderful country.
I believe Your Royal Highness is staying in an hotel.
Yes, on Fifth Avenue.
My, it must all be very different from Windsor Castle.
Certainly. It's much more comfortable.
Oh.
With my respectful regards for the Prince Consort, I remain Your Majesty's friend and obedient servant, James Buchanan, Washington, 6th of October, 1860.
What was that the President said?
That Bertie's tour has been a triumph. Look at this. He has been everywhere received with enthusiasm, attributable to his own noble and manly bearing, dignified, frank, and affable. In our domestic circle, he won all hearts.
It doesn't sound like Bertie.
Not the one I know.
Well, what has happened? How can he have won such opinions?
They have been carried away. The natural demonstration of affection with which they greeted your representative has made them believe it was due to Bertie himself.
Of course. I can hardly believe you'll soon be home.
Yes, it's been a very long time and through many excitements. We must make sure he doesn't expect them to become a habit.
What was his name?
Blondin. He walked right across the Niagara Falls on a rope. Once on stilts and once carrying a man on his back.
Well, how far is it?
Oh, nearly a quarter of a mile.
Did you speak to him?
I congratulated him when he'd finished, and he offered to carry me across too. But old Bruce wouldn't let him.
What else?
Oh, the New York Fire Brigade. No, seriously, Happy, I rode on the thing. It was, no.
Bertie! Oh, how well you look. And how handsome.
Papa, it is good to see you. And you've had a successful trip.
I can't begin to tell you. There's so much.
Everyone writes very well of you.
But you must not let it go to your head. If you were accepted and applauded, it was due not so much to you as to the fact that your mother is Queen of England.
Of course, Papa.
We have all missed you, Bertie.
Oh, and I was longing to see you and tell you, but we were held up by storms.
Yes, it's particularly unfortunate that it has made you miss the first week of the Michaelmas term at Oxford. You will return to Christchurch in the next few days. You will keep apart from the undergraduates in this way. If you work hard, you still stand a chance of catching up.
Following his success, might it not be an idea for the Prince of Wales to take over some of the royal duties here?
Out of the question.
With respect, sir, you're already overworked. So many decisions. Surely the Prince could perform some of the purely ceremonial duties?
Lord Palmerston, I will not expose him to society yet. Or more important, I will not expose society to him.
I believe he is keen to serve in the army.
Oh, yes, he likes the idea of uniforms. But in any case, service in the army would show discrimination against the Navy, which is to be avoided.
Quite so, sir. May I ask, has Her Majesty had time to consider my recommendations regarding the Italian question?
Her Majesty will not discuss Italy.
It must be discussed, sir. Italian unity has been delayed for too long. She must win free of Austria, and we must recognize her.
It is very difficult for me. I have many relatives in the Austrian court. All I ask is that we do not appear to be taking sides too clearly.
Very well, sir. As I've said before, we should appoint you an ex officio member of the cabinet and be done with it.
I fear the constitutional problems would prove too great, my lord.
Unfortunately so, sir.
So he's gone?
Yes, just now.
What did he want?
Hit the Teufel eine Sohn. He was rattling his saber a little.
He approves of Louis Napoleon sending an army against Austria.
So it seems.
Well, I do not. It is not up to the French to reconstruct Europe. Why doesn't he go and be Prime Minister of France?
You seem to be out of sorts with everyone today.
And why not? No one serves me. I can depend on no one except you, even Vicky.
What about her?
She ignores me. I have written to her time and time again.
She's very busy as Princess of Prussia.
She's still my daughter. All I have asked is her help in finding a suitable husband for her sister Alice.
Also, she is a young mother with all the cares of living in a new country.
Oh, yes. Protect her.
She needs protection from you. You tire her out with your incessant letters.
How can you say that?
Because it's true. I begged you not to bother her with trifles.
Trifles? Her sister's marriage? It shows how little you care for the affairs of England. Albert, I'm sorry, please. I've gone back on all my promises. I'm not improved. Forgive me.
Natürlich, Liebchen. It is just your nature, and you do try. You're constantly improving.
Do you think so?
Yes, I do. But I must still help you. It is the dearest wish of my heart to save you from your own mistrust and jealousy.
I'm not jealous, and I'll prove it. I know. We'll go to Germany.
Germany?
With just a few friends, quite informally. You'd like that?
Well, yes,
we
but...
could see all the places you knew as a boy.
We could see Stockmar again, perhaps for the last time.
And Vicky, and our little grandson, for the first time.
Oh, ja. Das wird bald sein, Weibchen.
But Papa looks so tired.
That's what I keep telling him, but he pays no attention.
I would prefer that you did not discuss me.
Well, someone has to. Perhaps Vicky can persuade you not to do so much. He won't listen to me or his doctors.
Well.
Now I know where Vicky gets her sense of duty from.
Oh, I have that too, only I just don't rise quite so early in the morning as either of them.
No.
Has Fritz told you?
About what?
We think we found just the husband for Alice.
Oh, that's excellent.
Prince Louis of Hesse. He's a charming man and not a Prussian.
Oh, good. Oh, we're all very fond of dear Fritz, but our people would never stand for another Prussian. Louis. Excellent. Yes, I think I knew his aunt. Did you write to me about him?
Oh, I'm sure I did.
I expect your mother was too busy writing to you to read your reply.
Oh, I was not. How could you?
Vicky, your papa says I send you too many letters. Oh, no, Mama. Your letters are a delight. I feel myself at home again when I read them.
You see?
Only sometimes I am very busy and I cannot always reply at once. You mustn't scold me.
Oh, I promise not to scold. If you are too busy, just drop me a line to say so.
If she drops you a line, she might as well write you a letter.
Yes. Here he is at last. Willie,
now.
Willie, our little grandson. Oh, look, Albert, isn't he beautiful?
Ist ein wunderschöner Knabe. No wonder you're proud of him.
He has his grandfather's nose. Oh, I still can't believe I'm a grandmother.
It is hard, Mama. You look too young.
Oh, Schmeichler. Oh, come here.
Well, Fritz. I notice you keep his arms covered. Is anything the matter?
His left arm was slightly damaged at birth. The doctor said it may get better.
And if not?
It will always be weak, underdeveloped. Vicky will not have it mentioned.
Of course. Well, he's a fine fellow anyway and will be a good friend to England.
Do stop arguing, you two.
Oh, children, not so loud. Grandma and I are talking.
I'm sorry, Mama. It was Beatrice.
I do wish I could see little Wilhelm.
Oh, he's quite the prettiest baby ever.
They tell me she's to have another.
Yes, it's ridiculous. But after all, it is not we women who decide these things. Oh, where have you two been?
Skating, Mamma.
Where is Prince Louis?
He's gone to change.
He fell down once or twice.
Nothing broken, I hope. Bertie.
He said his pride was bruised.
Hello. Stop playing with your train.
Beatrice.
You
winning?
Snakes and ladders.
Alice,
Enjoy yourself.
come and play something.
I don't think you can go.
Well, she's playing, but she's not.
Beatrice.
Got the little dog.
Happy? How long is Louis to be here?
He has to rejoin his regiment next month.
You'll miss him.
Wait till you find someone. You'll be the next.
No, no. Not me. I don't intend to get married until I've begun to live.
Es geht so schnell.
What, Mama?
Time. It passes so quickly. My daughter a grandmother, her daughter a mother, and now little Alice to be married.
Beatrice!
Oh, no.
Beatrice is going to
There is so much noise in here, I can hardly work.
Well, it's time you stopped anything.
Tea will be served soon.
Oh, do join us, Papa.
Thank you. Oh, you're so tall. Very well, very well. Hello, Bertie.
Father?
Yes.
Alice says Louis is to rejoin his regiment next month.
Oh, not the army again.
I only want...
I've told you before, it is impossible, ausgeschlossen, unmöglich. Besides, you know, you are to go to Cambridge next term.
At least at Cambridge. Let me live in college.
We've had all this out before. If you stay in college, you will become too familiar. You are bound to make acquaintances. I assure you, they will only embarrass you in later life. Why must you spoil a good party? Now, come on, here, put you over there, because I'm coming down and I'm going to play. Yes, start again now, Papa.
Charles Carrington. We are fellow students.
My rooms are just over there. Would you care to...
Why not?
It's frightfully untidy, I'm afraid. This is the study, and there's a small bedroom through here.
You have all this to yourself?
Yes.
And you can entertain here?
Well, yes.
You are lucky.
Well, you have a house, sir.
Yes, but I also have a governor who doesn't approve of visitors.
Oh, I see. We have met before, you know.
Oh?
I was one of a group of boys from Eton who were sent to play with you and your brother at Windsor.
Carrington, of course. We ran a race.
Well, nearly.
And we wrestled and... What a small world.
Yes, isn't it? I thought you had a hard life even then. Won't you sit down, sir?
Oh, thank you.
Would you care for a glass of wine?
No, thank you.
A cigar?
Oh, please. It's a habit I picked up in Canada. I like it, although I'm afraid my parents don't approve. And you have this to yourself. All to yourself.
And what is this urgent matter, Lord Palmerston? Italy again?
Not this time, Your Majesty, nor the Emperor Napoleon, not even Mr. Gladstone's budget, but a matter that may have more far-reaching consequences than any of them.
Yes.
We have heard for some time of unrest in America, a trickle of southern states seceding from the Union. Now that trickle has become a flood. Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, among others, they have proclaimed themselves the Confederate States of America with one Jefferson Davis as their president.
What will it mean?
In my opinion, inevitably civil war in America.
Will these Confederate States expect us to support them?
They cannot survive without us. The question will be, are they rebels Or should your Majesty's government recognize them as a new nation?
I thought you would have got it when you took that last fence, Natty.
Don't worry about him. The Rothschilds have got the best stables in England.
Well, I'd like to show them to you if you'd visit us.
When I'm free to choose, I will, I promise you.
It will be an honor, sir.
How's your dramatic society coming on?
Oh, very well. We're doing another production next month.
The heads would never have allowed it if you hadn't been president.
Oh, my family has always supported the drama.
Talking of the drama, one or two of us are thinking of going up to town tonight.
London?
Well, there's a little music hall in Holborn. Nothing pretentious. Just thought we might go there, have a bite to eat, meet some amusing company.
A night on the town.
Why don't you join us?
Me? Oh, I've never done anything like that before.
Well, why don't you for once?
It's very discreet.
They don't give me very much money.
That's no problem.
I've never been anywhere on my own before. I'd love to come, but General Bruce would never let me. Unless... Return to London, please.
Left on this wide world to fret and to mourn, betrayed by a boy in his teens. The boy that I loved, he was handsome. I tried all I knew how to please, but I could not please him 1/4 so well. That man on the flying trapeze, oh, he'd fly through the air with the greatest of ease. A daring young man on the flying trapeze. His movements were graceful, all girls he could please. But my love he stolen away. Senor bonus slag. Tall, big and
I say Crichton does a crack at you.
Crack
you soon enough.
Where he appeared, they all loudly ran with ovation from all people there.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind coming this way, please?
How could you? How could a son of mine stoop to anything so base?
I've done nothing.
Nothing? You've been guilty of the most flagrant breach of confidence. Where are you going?
Out to dinner.
With whom?
With friends.
I can well imagine such friends. How often have you done this before?
It was the first time.
Do you expect me to believe that?
I swear it.
Then I'm grateful for the vigilance of your governor. Heaven knows what might have happened.
How did he...
Yes. You thought you had cheated him. He went out for a walk only to find when he came back that you had sneaked out like a thief. Fortunately, he was able to trace your movements and telegraph the palace before any public scandal could be caused. To think that I should have to send servants to apprehend my own son.
I was only...
You wish to cause your mother the deepest distress. To bring shame upon your family.
Of course not.
Of course not. And yet at a time when people are looking to the crown as never before to set an example for honesty and morality, you deliberately set out to destroy its character and reputation. You were sent to Cambridge to work, not to study vice. If you're not happy there, what else do you think you can do?
All I want is to please you. But at university, all my life, it's like being in a prison. If only I could do something useful, if I had some aim in life.
Such as?
I've begged you to let me join the army.
And I've said no repeatedly and given you my reasons. You're incapable of thinking of anything but your own selfish desires. You will be sent back to Cambridge under escort.
No!
Under escort! General Bruce has allowed you a measure of freedom of late. And see how you have abused him. You will ask his forgiveness.
Yes.
Upon his report, your future depends. Until you have shown yourself thoroughly penitent and reformed, you will go nowhere, see no one. Without his permission, I myself shall take a closer personal care of your behavior.
Yes, Father.
Now get out. I can't bear the sight of you.
It is as I feared, sir. The new president of the Union, Lincoln, is a fine man, but he's been unable to prevent his people from rushing into war. America is now two nations, totally divided.
Do please sit down.
Ah, thank you, sir.
But surely the southern states cannot hope to win against the industrial power of the North.
Well, they're fighting for their survival. Already they've had their first success, the capture of Fort Sumter. Other states are bound to join them.
It is appalling.
Yes. We have still left undecided the question as to whether we're to recognize the Confederacy. It's dangerous, but we have to consider that a large part of our trade is with the cotton producers of the South. I'd welcome your advice, sir.
I think we must recognize that not to do so would be dishonest and unrealistic. But at the same time, we must not be influenced by the necessities of trade. We must not give them comfort. Great Britain cannot support a nation whose principal reason for existence is the defense of slavery. That is the opinion of Her Majesty and of myself.
And I believe of the majority of your people, sir. And if I may use your words, they shall become the opinion of my government.
I leave it all to Albert. I'm only too glad to. Politics sicken me. I have just been writing to Vicky. I don't understand why there has to be all this change. Always change. Of course, people should be given a chance to lead better lives if they are capable of it. But most things are best left alone.
I blame it all on the railways.
The railways, Mamma?
All this rushing about, it makes the whole country unsettled. No, you mark my words. It'll affect us all one day. Oh, well, I won't be there to see it.
Oh, don't say that, Mamma.
No, it's true. And I don't mind. What's to come doesn't interest me.
Oh, it does me. Albert has so many plans, and everyone, even the politicians, respect his judgment so much. My only fear is that something might happen to me. I dread the thought of Bertie becoming king.
It's a strange thought. But I think you underestimate him, perhaps.
Is your arm hurting you?
Not more than usual.
You should have it examined.
They are not cutting me up.
It has gone on too long, Mamma.
I've stood it so far. I'm like you. I can bear anything.
Yes. I only wish Albert were the same. He gives in to the slightest illness.
That's because he works too hard and expects everyone else to.
Albert.
Lieschen. Mama.
We were just talking about you.
Couldn't you find someone more amusing to gossip about?
Bertie?
Oh. General Bruce says he's suitably chastened. He's even making an effort, but...
Oh, he tries hard, but he has no staying power.
I just don't know what to do about him.
It's simple. Marry him off as soon as possible. That'll give him something to think about.
Huh.
The right wife will settle him down.
Do you think it would work?
It always does. You were a pert little miss before you married. And look at you now.
But we couldn't just tell him who he was to marry like the girls.
He'd have to have a choice.
Of course. Make a list of all the available princesses from 14 to 30. That'll give him something to think about.
Yes.
And why don't you let him go into the army? Oh, nothing permanent. Let him do some training since he's so set on it. The discipline will be good for him and prepare him for marriage.
Oh, yes, Mamma. Why didn't you suggest it before?
Because you didn't ask me. I'm not just a silly old woman, you know.
Oh, I'm writing to Vicky. She knows all the German princesses and can make a list of the others. Oh, and you, dearest, can make arrangements about the training.
Well, I suppose I could speak to General Bruce if he thought it possible or advisable. We could consider it. Ah, Bertie, you will leave us alone, please.
Yes, Papa.
I was delighted to get your letter, sir.
So you think it is a good idea?
In his case, it would not only fulfill an ambition, but that discipline and strict attention to duty could only help him.
How do you think it could be done?
Well, a period of intensive training. Of course, with the Prince of Wales, it would have to be the best available. I hesitate to suggest my old regiment, but the Grenadiers are the best, with the added advantage that your Royal Highness is Colonel-in-Chief of the regiment.
Oh, yes, yes. That still leaves the question of moral example.
I would not recommend the London barracks.
Oh, certainly not. It's as usual for the young officers there to keep a woman as to keep a horse.
Unfortunately true, sir, but there's no risk of that with the Prince. He is still completely innocent.
Yes, I know, but it troubles me.
Have you thought, sir, when you would like the training to begin?
Oh, nothing is settled yet. The final decision rests with Her Majesty.
But, of course, sir.
She was the kindest of mothers, the noblest of women.
Yes, yes.
She never knew how much I loved her.
But you proved it again and again these last years.
If only I could believe that.
It is right to mourn parents, but you have wept for weeks now. You must think of your duty to your country, to others.
What others?
Your government, your children.
I can't bear anyone near me except you and Alice.
Bertie is waiting to see you.
No, him least of all. He showed no feeling at Mamma's death.
He felt it deeply, as we all did.
He talks too loudly. I can't bear the thought of him being here all summer, laughing and playing games.
Deep, you know.
I don't want to see anyone.
Very well. Yes. Try to comfort your mother. Your mother is too distressed to see anyone. You must remember that she was estranged from the Duchess of Kent for many years. She feels her loss deeply.
I know.
One can only admire such devotion. Read this.
Her Majesty the Queen, having directed that His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales is to proceed to Ireland for the purpose of acquiring military instruction, His Royal Highness will join the Curragh Division on the staff and will be attached for the purpose of drill to the 1st Battalion Grenadier Guards. Father.
You will leave for Ireland before the end of the month.
I can't believe it.
That's what you wanted.
Yes. Yes, only.
Eh?
I wanted to start as a subaltern and work my way up.
But you will receive a subaltern's training to begin with.
But I'm to go as a staff colonel. I've no idea of the duties. The other officers may resent me.
No one expects you to know anything. You are going for instruction. I remember it's only for a period of 10 weeks. At that time, we may have other plans for you. Yes. Oh, don't worry, Bertie. You will wear a colonel's uniform as befits your station, but you'll be treated just like any other junior officer.
Thank you.
Sir, General Officer commanding Island.
May I present Colonel Percy, sir?
Sir. Would you like to proceed, sir?
Guard of honor! Royal salute! Present! Hey! Guard of honor! Shoulder! Hey!
Would you care to inspect the guard, sir?
Colonel Keppel and Captain Fitzroy Clayton. Colonel Percy will be your commanding officer, sir, and he will be solely responsible for your tuition.
You'll be attached to the 9th Company, sir. I shall be your instructor in company, battalion, and brigade drill. Your instructors in the manual and the 1st and 2nd positions will be Sergeant Major Baker and Drill Sergeant Haycock.
Perhaps you'd like Colonel Percy to show you your quarters, sir.
This, of course, is the sitting room. The bedroom is through there, sir. I hope they're satisfactory.
Oh, very. I hadn't expected anything so comfortable. I thought we were all in wooden huts.
Your trunks have arrived safely, sir. Your batman should have unpacked them by now.
Thank you.
I'm terribly sorry, sir.
Oh, it must have belonged to the previous occupant.
Yes. Sorry. I can't think how it was overlooked.
Oh, he'll be glad not to have lost it. Oh. I haven't turned anyone out, have I?
It's an honor, sir.
Whose quarters were these? Not yours.
The GOC, sir.
Sir George's? And where is he now?
In a brigadier's hut nearby. Well, if you'll excuse me, sir. I hope to have the honor of seeing you in the mess later.
Yes, yes, of course. Why? Why?
His Royal Highness, your father, asked that you should be given quarters suitable to a field officer and Prince of the Blood.
Oh, but doesn't he see everything started just the way I hoped to avoid? How can they accept me now?
Your attitude is very commendable, but I shouldn't worry too much. Colonel Percy is a first-rate soldier of VII in the Crimea.
I know.
He may be very respectful here and in the mess, but on the parade ground, you find him quite different.
Ah, there you are.
Where have you been?
Reading Willie's story. Thank you, ma'am.
Have you heard from England?
A letter from Papa.
How is your mother?
He's very worried about her. I think he's afraid...
No. You know your parents tend to over-dramatize themselves and their feelings.
He wants her to go to Balmoral.
Good. In Scotland, she will have peace and quiet. She has lost her mother, but she still has a husband and family.
She's so concerned about them all, especially Bertie.
Does he know yet that he's going to be married?
No. Oh, I've been making a list of princesses. What?
I have read it. You can't be serious.
Why not?
Well, Augusta von Meiningen, she's still a child.
So?
Completely undeveloped. And Adi of Prussia. Not poor Adi.
Why not?
Marie von Altenburg, she would frighten Frankenstein. And the Danish girl, no, that's impossible politically.
Well, I just wrote them all down. It's only to give Bertie something to think about.
I'm sure he's in no hurry. And now he's doing what he's always wanted to. He'll have other things on his mind. Adi of Prussia.
My instructions are that you're to dine twice a week in the regimental mess and once a week as the guest of other regiments.
Twice a week you will give dinner parties to senior officers, and on the 2 remaining evenings you will dine in your own quarters and read or write, always on Sundays.
Yes. As to your training, you will learn the duties of every rank from ensign upwards without spending longer than is strictly necessary at any one.
In that way you should earn promotion every fortnight, and at the end of 10 weeks arrive at the command of a battalion.
Is it possible?
Theoretically, sir.
You may depend on the colonel to be completely fair.
Thank you. Would you mind if I circulated a bit? I feel I ought to get to know my fellow officers.
I'd welcome it, sir.
In that case, if you'll excuse me.
You find him very willing.
So I see. And different from what I expected.
Charlie?
Hello, sir.
I don't believe it. What are you doing here?
Oh, spot of training, sir, like you.
Which company?
Fifth.
Oh.
Still, I fancy we'll train together. May I present Fred Crichton?
Sir. How do you do?
Lord Uffington.
Sir. Sir.
And Ralph Weiner.
Sir. Sir. Thank heaven for a few friendly faces.
Won't you sit down, sir?
Oh, please, sir.
Jane. We're all hoping the Sergeant Major's going to concentrate on you for a little instead of on us. He's an absolute demon on the parade ground.
Squad will move to the right in force. Form. Force. Right. Squad. Front. Wake up, sir. You're inattentive. What are you laughing for, Your Royal Highness? Look to your front, sir. Half right. Face. Wake up, sir. Squad. Front. Half left. Face. Saluting by numbers to the front. 1. As you were. 1. Squad. 2. Squad. Front. As you were. Squad. Front. Stand at east.
Much more beautiful here than the other side, Lady.
You have lost your shawl.
Have I?
I will go and look for it.
I'm sorry, Grant.
Oh, it's no trouble. Will you be all right?
Oh, I'm sure I shall.
Well, mind you are now. His Royal Highness would never forgive me if you fell off.
There! Grant thinks I've grown heavier. Do you?
Not at all. Well, perhaps just a trifle.
You two are so alike. One of you at least might flatter me a little.
Carry on, sir.
Quarter column, right and left wheel, quick, march!
Company! Halt! Stand at 8. Not quite perfect yet, sir. Your word of command is too indistinct, and you don't think ahead.
Oh, how charming. What a sweet little room. I'm glad they haven't given you anywhere pretentious.
I assure you, Mamma, it's very comfortable.
Well, you mustn't expect luxury. Oh, I thought you did splendid. Splendid.
I only carried out a lieutenant's duties.
Well, whatever you did it very well.
You're good gemacht, mein Junge. You've not progressed as far as I'd hoped, but I'm particularly pleased by the good reports of your conduct.
I want to thank you, Colonel Percy, for treating my son exactly as you would any other officer. I do hope he appreciates it.
His Royal Highness would accept no other treatment, ma'am.
Oh, good. You look very fine in your uniform. Quite grown up. Though I believe there's a tendency to grow out as well. The army must be feeding you too well. I wonder, would it be possible for me to inspect the kitchen arrangements in the camp?
Certainly, ma'am.
I was wondering whether something could not be done to improve the tone of conversation in the mess. I've had some strange stories.
Bertie.
I thought you did jolly well. I was proud of you.
And so was I. We all were.
Were you terribly nervous?
Oh, don't be silly.
I think I agree with Vicky. All the German princesses seem to be ruled out. It's such a pity. She speaks very highly of the little Danish girl.
Cosette would never do. Some of our relations are not quite respectable. And it would cause great offense to Prussia.
Well, we'll only consider her as a last resort.
May we join you, sir?
Don't have to. Is something wrong, sir?
No, it's just... Well, I didn't think anyone much wanted to talk to me.
Why?
Well, I haven't exactly been a shining success.
You've done wonders, sir.
Well, miracles in such a short time.
My parents don't think so.
With respect, sir, they either don't know or they've forgotten how difficult it is. All the officers, everyone's amazed. You've done 2 years' work in 2 months.
Did they really say that?
They wish they had a chance to show you. But the way things are...
How do you mean?
Well, sir, they'd like to give you a proper regimental party, but General Bruce has put a stop to it.
Bruce is out tonight. He's dining with the GOC.
So you'll be alone?
Could we, well, could we use your quarters, sir?
Mine? Well, there wouldn't be room for many.
Oh, there'll only be a few of us. Come on, Charlie. See you later, sir. Now, leave the wine to me.
Will you do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Sir? All clear, sir?
Yes. Thank you. Hello, thank you very much.
Now, sir, may I present Miss Nellie Clifton?
Delighted.
Miss Clifton is a talented singer, sir.
Really? I go to the opera quite often.
Opera? I'm playing at the Palace.
The Palace Music Hall, Dublin.
Your drink, Charlie.
Oh, thank you.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers! Service is Siobhan O'Leary. Come and have a